Today on The Young and the Restless, Lauren drags her stilettos, Sharon questions Nick, Victor summons Phyllis, and Patty gets her kiss. At Society, Diane cries over the photo of Jack unconscious that Billy received. Billy wants to send it to Phyllis, but recalls she didn't seem all that concerned. Sensing a sea change, Diane hopes Billy is still on board with exchanging Chancellor for Jack. Billy knows what's at stake, but he can't get a hold of Phyllis. Diane hollers at him to go to her. She thinks he's dragging his heels on purpose. Billy assures that Jack's safe return is all that matters right now. Billy explains this is now about pride for Phyllis, who has lost all of her support. Diane thinks they can use this to their advantage by offering her something she can benefit from. Kyle wants to bypass Victor and figure out where they're holding his dad. They decide to get the footage from J-Bot's garage. On the yacht, Jack grills Patty to find out who's in charge. She urges him to have a drink and relax. She doesn't know who's behind this. She was contacted anonymously and offered a huge sum of money to watch over him. A light bulb goes off for Jack, who pours him and Patty a drink and steers the conversation to her seeking forgiveness. He's not buying that she's healed and is accepting this arrangement. How much was she paid? Patty figures the person holding them there knows about their past. Jack flashes back to Mary Jane being revealed as Patty and learning that Victor was behind the deception. He tells Patty he'll make a deal with her and asks for a tour of the yacht so he can assess the situation. She, of course, wants a kiss, and she wants the kiss first. Whilst pouring another drink, Jack realizes that whoever captured them knows his favorite scotch. It's none other the Black Knight himself, Victor. At the ranch, Nikki questions Victor as to why she saw Phyllis leaving. He says they're negotiating. Nikki's surprised. Victor hedges that she knows what he wants, Chancellor, and what the consequences are if he doesn't get it. Nikki keeps questioning Victor, who, unsurprisingly, doesn't want her to be suspicious about the details. This makes her more suspicious. She muses that she ran into Tracy Abbott, who seemed concerned about Jack, but was short on details. Victor snorts that he doesn't care about the Abbott's whereabouts. In her office, Phyllis sits wondering why Victor's waiting to accept her offer. Lauren arrives and Red asks if she's decided to come and work with her. Lauren reveals she's still mulling it over. It turns out she wants to run it by Michael, who's away in New York with Fenn. Phyllis wonders if this hinges on his approval. Lauren denies this, but worries it will affect her friendship with Nikki, and that working with Phyllis might be tricky, given she's a little unpredictable. What if they ruin their friendship? Suddenly, Phyllis gets a text and exclaims, "Damn it." Lauren asks what's going on, noting she's edgy and tense. Did something happen? Suddenly, Phyllis' phone rings. It's Victor summoning her to the ranch. She tells Lauren she has to go, but her pal wants to know what the call was about. Nick limps into the coffee house, where Sharon asks about his trip to LA. Nick says he put the word out that he's looking for him. Sharon can't believe that's his whole plan. Why didn't he use the promise of money to lure him out? Nick claims he did, but Matt was a no-show. Sharon exclaims, "That was reckless, Nick." Undeterred, Nick says he's flying back out there tonight whether she likes it or not. Trying to change the subject, he claims his leg is healing without pills, and then snaps at her. She swings back to his plan as Noah and Sienna join them. Sienna announces that she's taken steps on her own to help eliminate the threat Matt presents to them all. He deserves to go from hunter to being hunted. Nick doesn't want her and Noah anywhere near this. Noah says they all are, whether he likes it or not. Still, at Crimson Lights, Sienna has discovered that Matt was deep into drugs and Vegas was the hub of the operation. Sharon wonders if the kingpin is hiding him. Sienna reveals, "I've got a name." She tells them her name is Reza. And if that sounds familiar, readers, it's because Adam knew Reza when he lived in Vegas. Sharon interacted with her. At the Abbott mansion, Diane, Kyle, and Billy have learned that Jack went into the car park, and a few minutes later, a black SUV pulled out. Diane cries that he's been taken to God knows where. They zoom in on the decal on the SUV and connect it to a marina. They'll follow this lead given it's their only one. On the yacht, Jack reminds Patty that Victor's weaponized her against him before. Patty wants to get back to making amends and makes a toast. Patty asks for her kiss and Jack pecks her. She tells him he'll have to do better. They kiss passionately and Jack then looks around as she goes to town on his neck.